Hi, we're Bruce.
And Cheryl.
We moved from California to get away from the hustle
And bustle.
of a fast-paced lifestyle
And a not-so-perfect political climate.
to enjoy a slower speed
Better values.
and a rich Christian atmosphere. Join us as we discover our new environment, rebuild our new-to-us home on 2.5 acres,
And enjoy the scenic southern landscape of central western Georgia.
So good morning and Merry Christmas, because we're a couple of days away. And I'm back. We're back from Ocala, Florida. This is second day back actually. I spent all day in bed yesterday just watching TV, catching up on my YouTube videos, and just relaxing after 7 grueling days of hard work building that pergola. But it was all worth it. I mean, it was a fun experience. We got to meet new people. Absolutely love Christina and Donnie Tucker. They were some wonderful people. Anyway, inside the house still looks good though. Looks like it did when I left. Like a project that wants to be completed. And we are so close. So I'm hoping, I don't know if the county's going to be open the day after Christmas or even 2 days after Christmas. I'll just have to reach out to the inspector and see when I can get on the schedule for the next inspection and then just prepare for that. Sunshine, what are you doing? What's Sunshine doing? Oh, you're hiding under there. You're a funny guy. Are you happy that I'm home? You glad to see me? Did you miss me? Not one bit, huh? Oh, maybe a little bit, huh? But first things first, laundry. Then I got to get my tools out of the trailer. Feels good in the sun. In more ways than one. Lots of piles of leaves. I'll probably do some burning over the next couple of days. Probably work on that for the next couple of days too while I'm waiting for the inspector. It's just gotten a bit rusty where I worked on it, and then in these areas here that really need to get some more done on them. Sonny, you goofing around? What are you doing, bud? You go find a squirrel? Or a chipmunk? Huh? You go find a squirrel or a chipmunk? So much potential on this property. So much I can't wait to do. So much to do. Gosh, so much to do. Oh, you're playful right now, aren't you? Get it, get it, get it. You're happy I'm home, I can tell. Okay right there. Okay, good afternoon, folks. So it's been couple of weeks since we've been out here working. I spent
Oh
a
yeah,
week
14 days.
in Ocala, Florida, putting in a pavilion.
A pavilion.
I wanted to call it a gazebo, and I'm going, no, it's not a gazebo, it's a pavilion. So it'd be like a pergola on steroids. It's got a solid roof, and it's
big.
It's big. So Ryan, my son, went with me, and we put that together. It took us 6 days. So I was gone for a week on that, and then another week because of Christmas and all this going on. So we haven't had a whole lot of time to come out. But when I did get back, and after a couple of days after Christmas, got a hold of the inspector. The inspector came out, and we did the 4-way. So he looked at framing, he looked at plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. And we passed on everything. So I'm okay to start insulating. And that's where we are. So Cheryl has been a trooper. These last couple of days, she's been out here with me doing the one thing that I would never have expected her to help me do, insulate. Because insulation sucks. So,
It is pretty difficult cutting it. That's really hard.
Well, cutting it and installing it, because you have to wear a mask. It gets all over in your skin, on your skin. So this room is insulated 100%. Well, I'm pretty sure. There might be a couple of little areas that I want to add some stuff to get that full.
Oh yeah.
But we also did this right here because above the bathroom, we're going to be laying insulation on top of this roof, the ceiling framing. So it will have airspace from the top of the insulation up here, from the top of the insulation up to the other insulation. There'll be a gap, and I didn't want it to leak through into the bedrooms. So both sides here got that kind of fill. But both bedrooms basically are for the most part done. Ceilings, walls all the way around. Bedroom. Now we're working on the living room area, and we've got that much of the ceiling out here done. Plus, before when I did the box above the closet, I put that insulation up there and then drywalled that section. So I just expanded the rest of that insulation there and put that in.
Sonny, come here.
And now we're working on walls. So we finished, I should say, last night doing these sections right here. And I'm putting in some more blocking. I realized when I built this frame up here, I kind of forgot blocking. So I started blocking here so that I've got somewhere to attach my drywall along that back line. So I've got a couple more pieces of blocking to put up in there. I got a piece of blocking down here for backing for drywall. And then we've got a couple little more areas to fill, some chink to do in between some of those studs. And it shouldn't take us very long to finish this up. I would say by the end of the day, we'll have this room done except for the ceiling. And the only reason we won't get the whole ceiling done is because I'm putting in an inline exhaust fan that'll run from this bathroom ceiling across the attic space. It's going to go all the way out in here. 6-inch duct all the way to the garage ceiling area. That's where the fan will go. Then I got to run another 6-inch from back over there. I'm thinking probably right up here in the ceiling, right in there with a round intake, go up, over, and then tie in. And then the outlet side of that will go from up in here, we'll go all the way to the gable end, and we'll put an eyebrow out on the gable end there. So I won't be able to finish that until I finish shearing that wall, but I can at least get the inline duct and get some of the ducting going over towards that. I'm waiting now, because we ordered that last night, I'm waiting for the fan and those parts to show up. So I won't be able to finish that part of the ceiling. But we can do this side like I did the other side, and we'll probably work on that on Monday. And then we'll probably get the go-ahead, the green light, to start drywalling, which would be great because I'd like to get these 2 rooms these two back rooms, the guest room and the office room, completely drywalled, and get drywall on these outer walls, you know, here in this hallway, and these outer walls out here. Basically finish up the rest of this and the soffit area above here and all that. Even this this back wall here, come on, work with me. This back wall here for the kitchen, and I should be able to knock that out in a couple of days, getting it up there. And then we'll slowly progress into the living room. So we'll see when we get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And then I don't know if you guys are aware, but so the wall behind me, we'll drywall one side of it, and we'll probably insulate that wall. The other side of the wall won't get drywalled until we get the room finished. We still have to build that one wall, and I can't build that wall till we raise the back wall of the garage. You've heard me talk about it, so you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't, this whole thing was a double-wide mobile home that was listing in the back. I had to raise it up. When I raised up the mobile home portion of it, the garage portion stayed stationary, and it raised the roof on the one side, but the other side is still low. So I've got to raise the back wall of the garage. So we got that coming. Hopefully we can get to that pretty soon, because I'd love to get those stem walls poured for the laundry room. Anyway, I know I haven't done a whole lot of, I told you before in the last segment that I wasn't filming the installation process, but I'm going to go ahead and set up and see if I can't give you guys a peek at what I'm dealing with. Like I said, man, the struggle is real. Anyway, so let me turn this around and let you observe while I finish off the last couple of pieces that I'm putting up for today. Because we got plans this afternoon. We have some friends of ours that live here in Georgia that moved here about a year before we did from California. We're going to spend some time with them this afternoon, and then our new friends that we've made here since we've been here, our good friend TJ, it's his birthday today, and we're going to celebrate that tonight. So I won't get a whole lot accomplished in here, but I did have to do some changes a little bit with the electrical. Let me show you what I did here. So if you guys remember before, there was a temporary outlet right here between the windows, and I pulled that out of the way so that I could put the insulation in there. And then as I was putting the insulation up above today, I realized, oh, I need to pull those wires out of the way, and then realized that I had them intertwined with two of the wires that I ran for the new permanent construction stuff. So I'm like, well, I got to rebuild that whole thing. So if I got to pull it all apart, might as well change some stuff. So still temporary, but hooked into the panel to some of the wires that feed. So I've got the outlet here now on one circuit. And then I had pulled the wire, I don't know if I showed you that or not, but where I had a temporary wire coming down into the plug for the refrigerator right there. When I was doing the insulation above that, I had to pull that wire out of the way. So I pulled it into the panel and tied it in to the run that feeds the refrigerator, and tied it properly in and put an outlet and all that. So there's two of them now in this panel, made up just to the wires that feed two locations. One, the refrigerator, the other, this outlet right here. That's what I did this morning, changed that electrical around. And as you can see, the insulation that's already been done. I've shown you that we've done both of the bedrooms. And I am leaving a space open right here. I'm waiting for a delivery. Probably won't come tomorrow. I think I'll probably get it on Thursday. So when it comes, I'll be able to basically tie in the exhaust fan vent pipe in the master, or the hall bath rather, and run it across the ceiling here. Then I can finish up all the insulation to close off all that. We got to go to Home Depot. There's a few things I got to get. Some of it are the parts for that overhead venting. So basically the idea there is the bathrooms will be on a three-way plug, which that's another thing I got to get done too. I've got to run a three-way circuit. I forgot. But I need to run it from the bathroom outlet, bathroom switch switch circuit from the switch box. The box only has two, it's a 2-gang box. It only has 2 things in there. I'm gonna have to put a stack switch in there because I got 2 different lights, and then we'll have the fan. But so the idea is that I'll put a 3-way switch in the fan box there. I'll probably change one of the boxes in here to a 2-gang, or when I say in here, I'm pointing at the master bedroom hallway by the shower. I'll probably just put in another single-gang box and put the other 3-way there. And basically, I'll pull power from the bathroom end behind me, and then I'll pull the switch leg for the fan off of this end down here, because that's what's going to be closest to the fan. And basically what happens is if I turn on the switch from either bathroom, it turns on the one fan, and that one fan is, I want to say it's 427 or 437 CFM. If you know anything about exhaust fans, so your typical exhaust fan in a bathroom runs about 70 CFM, anywhere from 70 to 130, depending on what type you get. The 130 CFM fans are usually the ones that are designed for exhausting moisture as well as the air. But 130 CFM isn't really powerful. But 427 or 437, that's a lot of power. So when we turn these things on, it'll literally exhaust the vapor or the moisture, the humidity, the steam, whatever you want to call it. It'll draw that out of the room so you won't be fogging up mirrors and stuff like that. And of course, you only use it when you need it, right? So when I turn it on for the shower, I'll turn it off after I'm done with the shower, because there won't be a need for it to run the whole time. After the shower's done, it'll have already exhausted everything out at 400 CFM. So both of those are tied together into one fan, so you got a switch on either end that turns on the same fan. That was my plan from the beginning, so I've got that figured out. I got parts coming. Other than that, it's continue on with the insulation and get as much of the insulation done as I can before I have to hold off and leave space so I can pull my ducting for that. So without further ado, let me set you up here and you can watch what I'm doing. Okay. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm cutting it early today. I did get some of the insulation up. There's a couple rows. Our friends showed up, and we're going to go spend some time with them, show them around the house a little bit, and then we're going to go eat lunch. So say hello to Pat Davis.
Hello.
Pat, this is YouTube. YouTube, this is Pat.
Yeah.
And Pam, his wife.
Hello.
So, like I said, we're gonna call it quits for the day. We're gonna close up. So I got 2 rows all the way across that back side. I got almost 2 rows all the way across the front side. I need 4 more pieces, and then we're done with that. like I said, we're waiting on those parts so we can do that venting, and as soon as that's done, we'll close up the rest of this. So we'll see you on the next one.